The Jets have an incredible difficulty. They're having incredible difficulty starting games. And that is like the number one bugaboo for their offense. I mean, three and outs, turnovers, and they're playing from behind every single game. And it's just, with a rookie quarterback, it's mind-numbing. And there are plays that he needs to make that he should be making, and he's not making. There are easy throws for him to complete, and he's not completing them. So my whole sense of where he is right now, given that he played well last week, and a lot of those plays last week were – wow plays that, when you see those plays happen on the field, you realize the kid belongs there. But there comes a time where you just have to complete the simple stuff, and that's where you start from. That should always be your base. And yesterday, what I saw yesterday from Zach Wilson was disturbing. It was disturbing because there are times where he looks like he's the part, and there are times where he's got Brett Favre in him, where he is just reckless, and he goes and throws the ball, and he puts it up for his receivers to go make catches, the whole contested catch thing. And then there are times where he's now, yesterday especially, throwing the ball at the feet at a wide open receiver.
Yeah, I mean, which on these short throws that should be no problem.
It's nervousness. It's the part that you can't judge when you're talking to a young man before you draft him. It's the part of the equation that is called poise. And, he is so whacked right now in the head and so completely overwhelmed that it is showing inside. I wish they really did have somebody to throw out there and just to give him a week off or 2 weeks off. Now, thankfully, he's going to have the bye now, so maybe he'll go home and he'll relax, get away from this, because it is like I saw a kid hit the wall. And when you start seeing balls being thrown at the feet, and it also could have been the travel. It could have been a million things. But at the end of the day, the simple completions are the ones that you want to see. This is what Mac Jones is doing up in New England. Mac Jones very rarely misses a simple throw. He stands in there. He makes the throws. He had a comeback win yesterday. Those are the types of things that you want to see. Now, they have better coaches up there. They have, more experience up there. They have a better team around him up there. So he should look a little bit better than Zach Wilson. But Zach Wilson yesterday hit the proverbial wall.
I mean, it seems a little early to hit the wall, isn't it?
But I'm just telling you, what you can't recreate for these kids. So you're interviewing them, you're watching them on film, you're talking to everybody about who they are, and he gets high marks in every one of those regards. There's no question about that. But what you don't know is whether or not they can process everything at a very quick pace. And the NFL comes at a rookie quarterback incredibly fast. And yesterday, I either saw a kid give into it, there was no fight back. There was no I'm not going to let this happen to me. Or, a kid kind of just gets better and better each and every week. And I'm telling you, if you compare him and Mac Jones together, now I don't know who will have the better overall career. You never know about that. But if you compare them together right now, they look like Mac Jones looks like a 5-year seasoned vet.
He's not going to do anything to wow you, but he's not going to do anything to kill you, right? He's one of those guys.
True. He's more of a pocket passer, and he's not going to be running around like Josh Allen was running around last night or the way Kyle
I'd still rather have Zach Wilson. Wilson. All
right, that's fine. That's fine. But I'm just trying to give you a perspective of where they are right now in their careers. I'm not saying that he's not going to make it. I'm just saying yesterday I saw a kid that just went bam right into the wall. And, got into the game a little bit late, and they did mount a comeback to some extent. But, every game is different. Every game brings a new set of challenges. Every game brings a new set of anxieties and uncertainties that he is living through each and every game that he plays. And yesterday, in the first half especially, he was like overwhelmed. Now, I will also say that the Jets got screwed. I do believe that the referee screwed up on the roughing the passer call. There's no question in my mind. I mean, I took 3 or 4 hits like that every single game that I played. And I know that the fans don't understand how they are interpreting these rules on the field. But there is no give. These officials are told, if you think a quarterback is roughed, you throw the flag no matter what. And if you're wrong, you're wrong. But we're going to try to take the hits out of the game in this regard, where the quarterback is basically defenseless. That's what they're trying to get out of the game. Look, I took those hits. I know what those hits are like, and I hate it too. I really do hate it. But that basically gave all the momentum to the Atlanta Falcons on their first series.
Yeah, it did, but the Jets never recovered. It's not one of those things where you were like, oh, man, that would have been a nice little thing for the Jets, and now, look, they're competing. They were down 17 points at halftime.
I know, but maybe that's
that's one play, and they were down 17 points. And to me, they were just completely unprepared from a coaching standpoint the second that ball got kicked off. I mean, everybody who pays attention to football knew that Kyle Pitts was going to be a guy that they were going to go to. They were missing their top 2 wide receivers. Kyle Pitts is the 6th or 4th overall draft pick this year. The guy's a beast. And what do? They're going to him. And for Christ's sakes, in the end zone, they got a defensive lineman covering him. He hadn't scored a touchdown the entire year, and then he scores his first touchdown, and he got Franklin Myers on him. What is that?
Well, I'll tell you what that is. That is a defense trying to get too cute.
Oh my God!
And that happens all across the league. It happens every week, and it just so happens that Franklin Myers, who just got his new contract, and congratulations to him, ends up in a goal line defense stuck on him in the end zone. And it's not what you want. It's not. I know it's not what you want. It looks ridiculous, but it happens every week. Defenses do it every week.
I mean, but think about, too, here's another key, even more than that touchdown, the thing that drove me nuts in this game. So the Jets are coming back. They finally get it to 20-17. First play after the Falcons get the ball in the fourth quarter.
Where do they throw it to?
Right down the middle of the field to Kyle Pitts,
right, exactly.
Who is wide the F open. Like, that drove me nuts. That was like a remote throw type of moment because, come on. That's the only success that they were having in the passing game. In the most crucial moment, you're leaving them open in the middle of the field again.
That was the moment in the game where again, the Atlanta Falcons basically took control of the game. Like, they started to lose control because that's what happens in NFL games.
Yeah.
And, I give the Jets a lot of credit for fighting all the way back, but I knew that the Jets season was going to be a frustrating one. We knew that if they were going to go all in with the rookie quarterback and basically not have an alternative on the roster to go to just in case he got overwhelmed, there was no way, shape, or form that this thing was going to be any better than it is.
Yeah.
It is exactly what... I told you it was going to be.
I know, but I'll spin it like this. They ended up looking really damn good against the Tennessee Titans. And they were playing a team that's okay. I'm not going to say they beat both the Jets and Giants. I don't think they're very good, the Falcons, but a team that's okay, who was severely undermanned offensively, and then got it put on them in the first half. That, to me, was not the Jets developing. That, to me, was the Jets blowing it. They were better than that in that first half. They showed it in the second half. And they came out there unprepared. I thought that it was rookie head coach against rookie head coach, and I thought that Arthur Smith just completely put it on Rob Saleh and his staff in that first half. It was pathetic. Offensively, they had no idea what the hell they were doing. And then defensively, where you should have been 7 sacks last week, they could barely get to Matt Ryan, who doesn't move, and they got one offensive weapon who's running circles around him. I mean, I was, more than anything, I was appalled by that start. So, yes, you're right. It's going to be a struggle for the Jets, but it didn't need to be yesterday. I mean, it was the Atlanta Falcons. They didn't walk into Buffalo in a primetime spot.
Or they didn't walk into Dallas the way the Giants did.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, I mean, this is a neutral site against the Atlanta Falcons, who were severely undermanned offensively, whose defense isn't all that good.
And by the way, one of the worst, if not the worst, pass defense in the league. They're allowing opposing quarterbacks to complete 70% of passes.
It doesn't need to be this bad.
I'm going to go back and look at this tape in the first half and see how many opportunities. Because there weren't a lot of play. They didn't have a lot of plays in the first half offensively.
Yeah.
But how many opportunities that Zach had where he had a guy wide open and threw it at his feet? Even at the end of the game towards Tennessee, he had guys that were open that he should have hit.
Yeah.
And if he hit those guys, the game is over and they don't have to go into overtime.
You know what's interesting? You ever see, like, when I know you've seen this. I shouldn't say that. Here's my reference point with Zach Wilson and those throws where he throws it into the ground.
Yeah.
Where a pitcher comes in out of a bullpen and he's throwing 100 miles an hour. And then he gets a ground ball to him, and he's got to throw it to first base.
And he can't do it. Yeah.
That's sort of what it's like with Zach Wilson with some of these shorter passes.
He's like he's aiming it. It's almost like he's got a Chuck Knobloch disease.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, when he throws it down the field, not every pass is beautiful, but, he's got some zip on it. It's confidence. And then some of these shorter passes, he's just like, he forgets how to throw the football.
I would also just tell you that there's a whole mental aspect to this. And it's,
I'm sure,
it's a thing that really nobody we don't really talk about it much. I mean, it's just because we all talk about what the end game is, what the performance is, and really what the numbers tell you they are. But you could see it, that at least I could see it and I could feel it, and I know that Phil and I talk about it when we watch it. You know, you could see that he's grinding. Like his brain is not where it needs to be on an NFL football field just yet. And I guess they just believe it's going to be the school of hard knocks for their young quarterback, and we're just going to throw him out there, and he's going to learn, and in the long run, it's going to help us. You know, he's going to become, hopefully, Dak Prescott for us. He's going to become Josh Allen for us. You know, I was thinking about this yesterday. Dak Prescott's been there, 6 years, I guess? You know, and he took over for Tony Romo because Tony got hurt. And everybody liked Dak. And Dak was good, but they weren't really sure. You know, and then they finally gave him a new contract last year. Mm-hmm. And they're obviously sure now.
Sure, yeah.
It is just taking a while for him to get the organization to believe in him totally. And I kind of think that's where the Giants are this morning when they wake up and they think about Daniel Jones.
Yeah,
because last week he had his breakout game.
Right.
That was all the headlines and everything. And then this week, it doesn't look that way against a really good team. And unfortunately, he gets hurt.
Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the red bell so you're notified when we have new content.